Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Flutter gyms and fitness apps inside. Today we need to see this here. The challenge tabs need to develop as well as the challenge detail screens. Inside we need to develop here the introduction screens, week, day screens and day wise the exercise screens we need to develop here. First of all we need to see these designs and to how we need to create inside the flutters. Now we need to open here the xd files and to show this here the designs. Now we need to zoom these screens. First of all we need to develop this here the challenge tabs need to develop here this ui, and then after we need to use this here the challenge detail screens need to develop, and then after the challenge introduction screens as well as need to week wise the day wise exercise totals need to show here, and then after to week day wise exercise which is completed marks ui. Then after need to exercise detail screens need to develop here. Here's many screens are the developed ones, only we need to change this here the internal data. Old screens we need to use and to change only the data and to make this here, and to also need to create here the dietitians tabs we need to develop here these tabs, and also need to dietitians profiles screen need to develop here. Let's start how to write down here the letters. First of all we need to open, select here the home screens, and inside we need to find out here the top tab view, and inside we need to create here the new folders and to create here the names as a challenge like this. And now need to create here the new files and to give this here the name challenge tab screen dot dots like this creates. Now first of all need to find out here the our related screens. Now need to see this here the examples, and we need to copy here the exercise screens and to paste this here inside these controllers. Now need to go and exercise tab screen. Now need to copy, and now need to paste this here and to rename this here the screen name as a challenge screen like this set here, and we need to save this here. Then after we need to change this here the needed image, we need to import here. Now we need to put this here inside the image folders and need to paste this here this image or the put here. And I have already prepared this here the UI data, and we need to put this here replace with this data like here, paste this here. We need to set this here the title subtitles image like this. We need to put this here and to apply this here. Now need to save, and also need to change this here the exercise name screens. We need to workout plan screens, open this here, and to workout detail screens like this, and to configure this here workout detail screens, copy here and to paste this here, replace this here, and we need to save this here like here, set here. Now need to run these projects, and now this is done, and to go this here the top tab view and to change this here the context dot challenge screen like this sets here, and to save this here. And now need to set here the challenge and look like this here the same to show this here the xd files. These designs are the showing here. Now need to compare here this ui, look like this. So, and set this here similar. And now click on opens here the detail screens like this opening here, but now need to set here the old screen. That's why not change this here the this image. Need to service call times, need to set this data, but now no needs. Need to create here the duplicate screens. Need to use reuse these screens, and same as need to week wise day screens. Need to check this here, and also need to see this here the introduction screens like this showing here similar to these designs. And then after already previous video inside the create this here the week wise data like this show, and previous video inside is creating. Also need to make this here the weekly day wise exercise list like this, creating here as a mark as a complete. And now need to develop here the exercise detail screens, need to develop here. First of all, need to open here and to create here the new files inside the workout plans, and to give this here the names as a workout exercise screen dot dots like this creates. And now need to create here the stateful widgets, and to give this here the name workout exercise screen, exercise detail screen, not this, creating series. Now need to create here the scaffold and develop here the app bars. Set here app bars, set here the background color T color, secondary colors. Then after need to set this here the center titles as a set here the false. Now we need to create here the titles as a text, and to set here the titles as a bench press. Now need to set here the styles, set here the text styles, colors need to decolor primary text, set here the font size, need to set here the 18 regular like this, configures here the app bars, and also need to configure this here the exercise screens. Inside first of all need to find out here the day exercise screens, and we need to set this here on click events. Write down here the context dot push, and to call this here the context workout skin, and to set this here and to save here like this sets here, and to configure this here. And now need to open here and to tab on click. First of all to check this here click event, set here on press on tab, give this here on press event. Now need to save and to click here and opening here. Also need to check this here inside the white colors, we need to set this here color white, and to save this here set here the context like this sets. Now showing like this here the app bars, need to set this here. And now need to develop first of all need to set this here the all text related information, and then after need to create here the this favorite and share buttons, and after need to create this here the image sliders need to develop here. Now creates here the scaffold body, and we need to write down here the like this set here. And now we need to set this here the childs, and to set here the column children's like this sets here, and we need to set this here cross axis alignments, need to set as a start like here, and also need to create here the another to paste this here. And now need to use this here the widgets, set here the padding, set here symmetric horizontals, we need to set this here the 20, as well as verticals we need to set here the 20 text like this, we need to set here. And to give this here the bench press titles, we need to set this here, set here the styles, text styles, and we need to set this here the color as a T color, primary text. Now we need to set this here the font size, need to set here the 15s and semi bold weights, need to set this here the 600 like this, set here and to set this data. Now need to save and to show this like here the UI like this is. And then after need to set here the height space, need to create here, use this here context size boxed, give this here the height as a 8 like this sets and to save this here. Then after need to copy this here the lines and to step once need to showing here data, paste this here, and now need to set here font as a 13 regular, so need to set this here and to apply this here like show, and same as now need to copy here this data, paste this here, and now need to increase this here the, now need to create here the second row for this exercise details. Now need to paste here this data, and then after need to creating here the third row and to paste this here. Now we need to give this here the some height space 25 like this sets, and another titles we need to set this here. Now need to copy here and set this data, paste here. Now need to change this here the titles, equipment requirement, copy and to paste this here. Now need to set here the related body parts names, need to set this here for this, and again so need to copy this data and to paste this here, and target muscles set as a titles, and also need to which body part are the affected like this sets here related to informations. Now need to save this here and look like this here the showing. Now need to develop here the plot buttons here, need to developing here. Now first of all need to set this here the floating buttons, floating widgets, and now need to create here the container, set here the decorations, box decorations, set here the color, T color white, not T color, colors white, and now need to set this here the borders radius circular, and need to set this here the 25. Then after need to set this here the border shadow const, set here colors 12, and now need to set here the border radius set to like this sets here and to configure this here like these settings here, and now need to set here the padding const as is insert symmetric, need to set here the horizontal 15s as verticals, need to set this here the 8 like this showing here, and also need to create here the childs and to fix this here the UI issue, need to create here the childs, and now need to develop here the row. And one more things, more property, importance property, main axis size, you need to set this here the minimums are the required here, and now need to create here the children's, and now need to develop here the image buttons in on tab event like this configures, and to set this here the childs and to set here the image assets, and now need to find out here the color favorite icons, copy relative path and to paste this here. Now we need to give this here the width and height, so need to provide this here the 35 and 35 like set here and configure this here. Now need to copy and to paste this here, and also need to give this here the share buttons copy relative path and to paste this here. Like this save here and look like this here the showing, and you need to first of all the 25 set here. It's good. And also need to give this here the some width space between here two buttons, set here the 8 and set constant. Look like this see this here the similar to our designs, and show here this date. Maybe increase this here the between space, need to set here to 20 and also set here set here like this showing here. And now need to develop here the image sliders, need to show this here. First of all need to set this here the image array, list image array, and give this here the image names like this sets. And now need to pass here, find out here the exercise details, copy this relative path and now to paste this here 1 and 2 like this. Now need to first of all need to create here the size box, need to develop here size box and to set here the height and text dot width multiply by 0.5 like this configures, set here the childs. And now need to set here the list view builder and to create here the separators like this configures context, and need this here the indexed like this configures and to return this here the containers develop here. Now need to inside create here the childs and to give this here the name image assets. Now need to pass this here the counts as a first of all need to set here the counts image array dot length, and now need to use this here image array and to pass this here the index like this configures, set here the width as a context dot width multiply by 0.7 like this, and also need to set this here the height same as like this UI height and width, and increase this here the 14 and to set this here the padding const edges insert symmetric horizontals and verticals, so need to set this here the 20 here semicolons. Now to create here the separators context indexed, and now need to set here sized box width, and we need to call this here as 20 set here comma. And one more things, need to important parts of this UI, need to set this here the cross scroll directions, need to set here the axis horizontal and set like this here. And now need to set clip or rect wrap with widgets, and to set this here the clip or rect. And now need to set here the border radius circular, so need to set this here the 15 like this and look like this show. And also need to set here the fit as a box fit covers save this years and look like this show, and to decrease this years and Now display goods, and maybe wrong place that see the padding, but here remove here this container no needs. Need to give this here padding here, and also set here padding like show and displaying goods and two scrollables UI are the developed ones. And same as need to configure this here the some previous video inside. Need to not develop this here the description screens. Same as need to also configure done this, and now need to find out here and this exercise inside. You need to give this here the detailed screens. You need to give this here connections between two screens, click events like this said. Now need to find out here exercise tabs, and now need to give this here the name screens, and now need to configure this here the context dot push, and now need to call this here as a workout exercise detail screens, and to set the semicolons, setting context. Now to save this here. Now click on backs, and now need to check this years. Now click here, open this years, and opening this here the detail screens like this showing here. And also need to develop here the last tabs, dietitian tabs. Now need to copy this here the trainer screens as well as the trainer profile screens. Need to copy and to reuse the screens here the profile screens inside. First of all, now need to create here the new folders and to give this here the name as a dietitians like this. And now first of all need to create here the dietitian tab screen, tab screen dot tasks like this creatings. And now need to open this here the trainer screen, copy this and to paste inside the dietitian tab. Now need to rename here, and now need to set here the dietitian like this sets here. Now need to save here. Also inside you need to configure this here the details, and to set here finals is trainer, and to set this here the bool. And now need to pass this here the optional parameter this dots is trainers. Need to set here the true like this configures. Now need to check here last buttons inside the change only one text, and to set here conditions is widget dot is trainer, and like this sort titles, otherwise show here feedback on like this. And now need to save this here, and now need to pass here is dietitians, set here the is trainers as a false like this configures here, and to save this here. Now save these tabs and to configure this here inside the main tab view top, set here the this years and to remove years, paste this years, clean this here, and now need to save and set this here. Now need to change this here tabs showing like this here to similar to trainers. Need to give this here. Now need to open here dietitian screens, and to set this here the titles. Only difference here to this feedback titles. And also need to check these are trainers, and now showing here personal training clients and feedbacks like this showing here, and these screens are the developed ones. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.